Yo, 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 what's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? What's up, guys? How you guys doing? What's up, guys? What's up, people? What's up, everyone? Shout out to my boy, Keyman. Shout out to you, but shout out to you, bro. Um, so Ramadan started. Haven't done a lot of streams. I did one with Half Hope yesterday. Me, Half Hope, Mike, Ricardo, and Elias. Go check it out if you haven't checked it out. It should be on Half Hope channel. Like always, guys, like, share, subscribe, guys. We're up to 120 subscribers, guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I have not watched a single game of the international break. I was just watching the highlights. France game when France beat Netherlands. Netherlands. Read comments uh, of Ruud Gullit and Marco van Basten at Virgil van Dijk, which is a bit spicy. Everything that happened with Tony Conte and Nagelsmann and everything that's happened. Let's all just talk about it here. Like, why not? Let's get this, bro. Let's get this. Like he mentioned, let's get this, bro. As a thumbnail, first thing first, I want to start off as So I wasn't aware, but apparently today, both Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex Ferguson both got inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame. Uh, yeah, so they've both been inducted into the Hall of Fame. And what was everyone thought about that? Like, you hear in modern day people are saying that the club versus Pep is the best era. I believe is the Wenger, Sir Alex Ferguson era. Uh, you seen the apology by Son? I mean, we'll get into that. We'll get into that. I'm gonna get into. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I didn't know how to say it. I don't know how to like. I didn't know how to say it, but I'll get into that because I have a rant. I'm gonna go on a rant about the whole Antonio Conte and Spurs situation, right? I'm gonna go on a rant. Spurs fan, I'm sorry, but you're not gonna like me afterwards. I'm just a little bit of caveat. But let's just go into it and start off with yeah, Sir Alex Ferguson, guys. Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger get inducted in the Hall of Fame. Rightfully so, deservedly. Um, yeah, it's for me, it's rightfully so. It marks one of the greatest eras of football, um, and hopefully, we go back to that era because I'm not gonna lie to you, that was the era. As you can see,
and Arsene Wenger. They're the first managers inducted into the Hall of Fame, having both made tremendous contributions to the league.
And the players want him to raise it. Leaving on a high, the curtain comes down, but the trophy goes up, going out in yet another place. Going out on top as manager of the champions.
Ferguson won 38 trophies for United, including 13 Premier League titles, before retiring with the club's last in 2013. An incredible 810 Premier League games for Sir Alex Ferguson in the Premier League, winning 528 of them and leading Manchester United to a record 13 titles. Well, Sir Alex's longtime rival, Arsene Wenger, has also been inducted today after a 22-year reign at Arsenal.
And here's the man who's made it all happen. Arsene Wenger, the quiet Frenchman, the modest player who became a magnificent coach.
2004, guys.
Arsene Wenger led Arsenal to 3 Premier League titles, including their invincible season in 2003-04, and he holds the record for most matches managed in the history of the Premier League.
Give me a second, people. Yes. Yo, relax, Keelan. Relax. Wenger was a loser. Relax. No, sorry about that. Someone was at the door. I had to get something, so I apologize about that. Like, let's just continue watching this.
Well, he took charge of a record
828
828 Premier League games, guiding Arsenal to 476 wins from those matches as the side won 3 league titles under his management.
Wow. Bro, on in a pure, on a person, bro. I'm gonna be real. I've always had a soft spot for Arsene Wenger. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Arsene Wenger made Sir Alex Ferguson a better manager. Um, I generally 100%. I really sorry. Arsene Wenger made Sir Alex Ferguson a better manager. When Arsene Wenger came in, he changed the game. He fundamentally changed the game in the Premier League. The Premier League was never the same after Arsene Wenger came in. He was the new guy on the block. He was the one who implemented new ideas. You know, he was the one who initiated this whole notion of because prior to that there was a culture of you go out with the lads, you drink a couple of pints, blah blah blah. Arsene Wenger was the one who pretty much stopped that. Arsene Wenger, was pretty much who was the one who, changed that culture. Uh, yeah, came. I think loser mentality is harsh. I don't think it was loser mentality. I genuinely believe Arsene Wenger was extremely towards the end of towards maybe the last 7 to 10 years of his career. I felt like the more and more year has gone past, he became more and more stubborn. I think Arsene Wenger was very rigid into his style of football. I mean, a lot of managers are stubborn in that sense. Yeah, Pep Guardiola, your club, but I felt like he was extremely stubborn. He didn't want to change anything about the way he played football. He continued playing football the way he did. Um, should have left Arsenal after '06. Yes, also I believe he was unfortunate as well. I believe Arsene Wenger at times was unlucky. Arsenal was unlucky at times, especially with the situation where like there were. I don't know exactly what year it was, but they were unbelievable, top of the league and everything. Their main striker Eduardo breaks his leg, so it's it's one of those where like things like that happen. Um, yeah, and for whatever reason, he just never had the perfect pieces, the perfect players in any given time. At one time, is like he was missing a world class center back. Another time, he was missing an enforcer in midfield. Another time, he was missing a world class goalkeeper. Another time, he was missing a world class striker. You had a situation where it was Ozil, what you call it, Sanchez, and it was Giroud. Then once Sanchez leaves, then you have Aubameyang. No Sanchez. It's just Aubameyang. Was it Lacazette and Ozil? You know what I mean? So it's like every time it just seems like he just didn't have the pieces. At one point, his best two center back was Mutsaka and Klasnic. Not Klasnic. Mutsaka and Koscielny. That was his best two center backs. Mutsaka ended up becoming older, very slow, couldn't keep up with the times. And Klasnic was decent, but he was injury prone as well. You had the situation with the whole Thomas Vermaelen, fantastic talent, injury prone, went to Barcelona, flopped. He had a midfield of what? His midfield consists of a lot of fantastic technical players like what you call it? We had uh Kashon, what's his name? Kazola. You had Rosiski. You had Ramsey. A lot of them ended up being injury prone, i.e., Ramsey. You have Wilshire injury prone as well, but this never had an enforcer. They never had Mikelele. They never ever replaced Tom. What you call it? Patrick Vieira. They never replaced Patrick Vieira. Um, also had a very good scout winger. The man just wanted to adapt and evolve. Oh man, yes and no. I thought they had a good enough team, but they didn't have the best team. That's my issue. Like, I feel like I always thought they were missing a world class striker. I always thought they were at times like Olivier Giroud. As much as he won what he won, I didn't. He did. He would like they never replaced Van Persie. They never. Till Thomas Partey is their replacement for Patrick Vieira. Patrick Vieira. You know how long ago that was? That's crazy. They never replaced. I don't think Motorcycle and Kashoni, they were not that great in my opinion. They weren't. I thought Kashoni was good, but Motorcycle was very good, but especially towards the end, he just got old, and they didn't replace him. So I felt, and then what they have Coquelin as their defensive midfielder guys. Come on, really? So I mean, yeah, this I do agree. I disagree. I 100% agree. He-Man, you're 100% right. There was too many times. He just, in my opinion, he just had too many players, too many players that pretty much did the same thing, and at times, defensively, they were not great. They had Nacho Monreal, they had Bellerin, they had obviously Holding. Yeah, so it's not always the best. Not always the best. They had yeah, so I just didn't think he had, but people do compare it to what Sir Alex Ferguson had towards the end of his career. That team wasn't the best, but that team still had Ferdinand, Van Persie, Scholesy came back from retirement, Ryan Giggs, Michael Carrick. I mean, I understand we had Anderson, Nani, and all that stuff, but we still had leaders. So, yo, what's up? So yeah, and so people that just joined in, we're just talking about that today. Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger has both been the first two managers to be inducted in the Premier League Hall of Fame. Shout out to them, congratulations to them. I think it's well deserved. I mean, it's I've said for a long time. Um, both managers, unbelievable managers. I believe, um, as much as Sir Alex Ferguson's greatness has been stated, I feel like at times Arsene Wenger can be extremely underrated in terms of the way people view him. I believe it's because 100% Sir Alex Ferguson became a better manager by having Arsene Wenger come into the league. Arsene Wenger literally rocked the boat. Arsene Wenger literally shook up Manchester United. That's a fact. They did. So and then which caused like one of the greatest eras in football. So I do believe I felt really bad about Arsene Wenger's um, when his towards his end of his career, where he became extremely toxic, having your own fan base kind of wanting you out, screaming that they want you out and all that stuff. It's not great after everything you have done for them, after everything you have gave them. I know people don't really care about me mentioning this, but I mean they are in terms of a specific trophy. He made them the club that has the most FA Cups. Uh, the FA Cup trophy is basically the Arsenal trophy at this point. They have now they have under Arsene Wenger they have won it most than anyone. So shout out to them. Uh, but the thing is, like, yes, Arsenal has underachieved under a lot of years under Arsene Wenger. They have just been a good team at times, fantastic team. Um, yes, 110%, 110. People talk about Pep influence Arteta, but forget Wenger influence Arteta a lot. Yeah, that's why it's called the Emirates FA Cup. 1,000%, because yeah, Wenger changed a lot in the EPL. Yeah, he did, but I felt like some stubbornness. That's one thing. That's something that he a manager that reminds me of Arsene Wenger in a little bit in terms of like their stubbornness, their lack, their willing to change is Jurgen Klopp. Like Jurgen Klopp is a similar type of mindset where like you know what, this is what I'm going to do, this is how I'm going to play, and that's it. That's it. I'm gonna grab this player. I'm grab this player and then we're gonna play it this way. I don't care. I don't care how good these players are, but we're gonna play it this way, and that's it. Um, Another underrated thing is to so Arsene Wenger did it as well, but then to a larger extent, um, Arsene Wenger made a lot of average players. They give him a career. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. He saw dreams. That I'm not. I thought Wilshere was gonna be the next best thing. He had the talent, understandable. His injuries pretty much derailed his career. But I thought Wilshere was unbelievable. I thought Theo Walcott was unbelievable. He made people believe Theo Walker was that guy. He made people believe, what you would call it, Iwobi was that guy. Alex Chamberlain, unbelievable. Like Arsene Wenger nurtured him, uh, didn't play him in midfield. Where he ended up playing midfield when he came to Liverpool. Ended up playing him everywhere other than midfield. Arsenal fans were upset by that. Then he came to Liverpool, and then he ended up playing in midfield, and the rest is history. He will be, you know, Holding gave him Holding a career. It gave Bellerin a career. Uh, I mean, so on and so forth. Um, at times, you saw the best football was played by Arsenal. At times, with average players. Sano go, yeah, and 100%. Like he did, bro. He did. It's just he did it to a large extent. To a large extent. But yeah, guys, shout out to them. I don't next person that definitely 1000% should be inducted. I think with this induction is after you retire. So that's why I believe Mourinho hasn't been inducted because he should be next in line. He should be next in line because it was Sir Alex Ferguson and Arsene Wenger was literally while they were um, out here fighting each other. Literally, it was an all-out war. Mourinho came in and said, and then they both stopped and said, "Hold on, wait a minute, who's you?" And then he said, "Like, I'm the special one." So it's Mourinho. Mourinho 100% is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame because my top five managers in the Premier League of all time. Uh, you have Sir Alex Ferguson. You have then you have Pep Guardiola. Then you have Mourinho. Then you have Wenger, then Mourinho, and I don't know the fifth one. Let me know about the fifth guy. Those are my top four right now. Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, Mourinho, Wenger. Yeah, Pep should. Yeah, 100%. Like Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, Mourinho. I'm sorry, Wenger, Mourinho. What was the last one? I mean, guys, what can look? What can I do about it? Keyman, what can I do about it? It is what it is. He spent the money. He won the trophies. And they get judged by what they have done and how they impacted the game. So especially how they impacted the league. It is what it is. I mean, he spent all the money. No one really cares about it. So it is what it is, man. I know, bro. But what can you say? What can you say? Um, I don't think Klopp makes the list. I don't think Antonio Conte makes the list. I don't think Ancelotti makes the list. I don't. Rafa Benitez. I mean, Rafa Benitez is an underrated manager, 1000%. What he has done for Liverpool, I feel like it's very underrated. Won I believe he won the treble, like the in terms of like the cup treble with them. So yeah, it's underrated. What he has done, Rafa Benitez for Liverpool. Um, he's got Cyborg Haaland is still breaking the league to his phone. Listen. We will have this discussion once the league is over. Because I believe Arsenal are going to win it, but Arsenal has to win it, and then we can come at Pep Guardiola. But for now, Pep Guardiola has pretty much dominated the league since he came in. Like winning 4 out of the last 5 Premier League titles is insane. Like that's domination. So there's nothing much you can say about that. Um, so yeah, so that's that. So just kind of shift gears a little bit. Let me start. Yeah, let me talk about Tottenham Hotspur, guys. Let me talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham, 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 Tottenham Hotspur. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, guys. You know what? Let's talk about it. Tottenham Hotspur, guys. Let's shout out. Last thing I'm gonna say is shout out to Sir Alex Ferguson. Shout out to Arsene Wenger. For me, no, those three, those four managers that I mean, not including Pep. Three managers I feel like they had significant impact in the Premier League as we see today. That is Jose Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson, and Arsene Wenger. And those three I feel like are absolute legends and they deserve absolute respect. Um, for me, that's why for me I would do anything to see any of those three come back. But I understand that Sir Alex Ferguson, shout out to him for his retirement. Shout out to Arsene Wenger in his retirement. I would love to see Arsene Wenger back in football, managing a nation team. I would love that. I would absolutely love that, and I would love Jose Mourinho to come back to the Premier League. I would love that because um, those three managers had personality. They did. Like absolutely. A lot of those managers nowadays they don't. So yeah. Let's talk about this guy, Fabio Paratici. Let's talk about it, guys. No, sorry, give me a second. So Tottenham Hotspur today released a club statement on Fabio Paratici. Following media's report today regarding the FIFA disciplinary committee decision to extend worldwide the sanction imposed by FIGC Federal Court of Appeals on Fabio Paratici on January 20th, 2023. Club made urgent inquiries to FIFA. FIFA has late this afternoon responded to us writing notifying us today, Wednesday 29th March of 2023, that decision has been made by FIFA Disciplinary Committee to extend FIGC sanction worldwide. Wow. The committee deliberation shall be taken with no advance notice to any of the parties involved. We are urgently seeking further clarification from FIFA as to the details of the extension and the variance from the FIGC sanction. We should like to make clear that when Fabio Paratici conducted the interview on club channels yesterday, neither he nor the club had any indication of this decision being made by FIFA, based on the fact that FIGC sanction was taken on the 20th of January 2023 and remains subject to an appeal on the 19th of April 2023. We shall update on this matter due course. So to be fair, yeah, national team is Russian, yeah, 100%. To be fair, Tottenham fans are angry about the case. Why? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm fasting, so I gotta make sure I choose my words carefully. But I generally do not understand Tottenham fans. This has nothing to do with Tottenham Hotspur in particular. This has everything to do with Fabio Paratici and his involvement at Juve and the mess that is Juve. So at the end of the day, I understand you have to do your due diligence. You have to. I think Tottenham Hotspur. Then again, like you can't blame Tottenham Hotspur for not knowing about this, etc., because no one really expected them to get a ban. No one really expected them to get investigated. No one really expected them to be in a hot water like they are, they are. Um, but let's be real, like guys. I don't know much about the case, but let's be honest. Well, remember when people were talking about Juve signing all free players. They signed what Simon Khedira, Ramsey, Rabiot, all these players on free, and people were like, "Wow, look at them sign all these few players. They're conducting their business very well, very smartly, yada yada, this that." A lot of the players end up becoming ended up being on large wages and actually didn't end up panning out. To be honest, it was actually ended up becoming a disaster. Um, Juve ended up doing some madness stuff like selling um, Pjanic to Barcelona in exchange for, I believe, it was Arthur. Um, and then they inflated the price and all that stuff, you know. But then Fabio Project was part of all that. He was legit part of all that. Up to today, I still don't understand why they hired Fiber Prodigy. I don't understand. I always view that the reason why they hired him was because they wanted to hire Antonio Conte. So you hire his buddy, his pal, the guy that he pretty much worked under when he has as Juve, the one that he's been close that he worked closely with. You hire Fabio Prodigy to hire Antonio Conte. But the issue is, but then again, what happens when you sack Antonio Conte? And that's the situation right now. You sack Antonio Conte, you keep his assistant manager, and then you keep Fabio Prodigy. I don't understand. Um, okay, the other side is you hire Fabio Prodigy because he's a fantastic sporting director. Is he? I mean, is he really? I mean, he when he was at Juve, I mean, Juve declined. Juve signings, the signing that Juve made was is the reason why Juve have declined massively. Juve's transfer strategy has been poor, have been absolutely poor, has not been great at all. The quality of Juve has decreased massively. So I mean, a lot of people might hear what I'm saying, saying you're wrong. Five Project is unbelievable. It's amazing. You might have Inter Milan fans, Italian fans, Italian journalists say, I don't know what I'm talking about. But there were other candidates out there. You have the guy from Monaco, was it Paul Mitchell? You have the guy Valvel that's over at RB Leipzig that's not now is at on Chelsea. You had other opportunities. So I just I like I said, I don't know where Spurs are going. I don't know what direction they're going. I don't know if they understand what direction they're going. And this goes back to the rant that I've told you that I'm going to go on in the beginning of this video. I don't understand Tottenham. I don't understand their families. I don't understand Levy, and I don't understand their players. I don't understand anything that anything that has anything to do with Tottenham Hotspur, because anything they do genuinely don't make footballing sense. It doesn't. You go and you sack Pochettino. You hire Jose Mourinho to do what? To win you trophies. You fall out with Mourinho, but you don't give him to the end of the the season. You don't even give him till the end, till the FA Cup, after the FA Cup final to sack him. You sack him before he completed the job that you hired him to do. Made no sense. Okay. At the end of the day, they were playing Manchester City, so but you give yourself a better chance. That game ended up 1-0. And you had Ryan Mason. They didn't know nothing about management. He didn't. It was all vibes. Like He-Man said, all vibes. He did. I mean, this notion that we're just gonna sack this manager and the players are suddenly all gonna start playing magnificently well. They're gonna end up having a breath of fresh air. They're gonna have a relief, and they're gonna have the shackles taken off, and they're gonna actually perform. Nonsense. When has that ever happened at Tottenham? When has that ever happened at Tottenham? I simply do not understand the players. I simply do not understand the management. Okay, Antonio Conte. Let me speak about Antonio Conte. He has a lot to blame in terms of the style of play, in terms of course, the performance and etc. etc. But when Antonio Conte speaks about everything that we don't know as football fans, as Tottenham fans, whatever, etc. When he comes out and says, "Listen, guys, this is what's going on," because this is the reason why things are happening the way they're happening. When he goes and gets angry about the fact that they have lost, where look, they got knocked out by Sheffield United, they got knocked out by AC Milan without scoring any goals. They just lost to the bottom team. No, they didn't lose. They drew 3-3 to the bottom of the team where they were up 3-1 against Southampton. The same Southampton that played against Manchester United, while Manchester United was a man down in the first half. Because we got a record in the first half, Man United played almost 2/3 of that game with a man down, and they couldn't score a goal. And somehow, they ended up scoring 3 against Tottenham. He comes out frustrated and literally says, "Listen, guys, this is unacceptable from top to bottom. This is unacceptable." And they felt offended by that. Not only the players felt offended by that, the then Levy and the board felt offended by that. And what they did is they went and removed him. Then why hire him? Why hire him to an 18-month contract? An 18-month contract. Why hire him for short term? And when he gets upset and expects short-term results, you get upset because they're telling me that this is a long-term project. How does long-term project and Tony Conte fit in the same sentence? You hired Tony Conte to get this team to win major titles, Daniel Levy. You hired Tony Conte to get you to places that you have never been. You hired him for 18 months. You didn't hire. You didn't. This is not an Eric Ten Hag hire. This is not a Mikel Arteta hire. This is not a Pep Guardiola hire. This is not a Jurgen Klopp hire. This is an 18-month. Get us to the end zone. Get us. Shout out to American football. Get us to the finish line. Shout out to Usain Bolt. Get us. Karabuki final. Get us to a final or win us a trophy. That's what this was. That's what this was. And for me, it's like, where does Tottenham Hotspur go from here? I mean, this guy got Tottenham Hotspur into a top 4 last season when they had Nuno as manager. That was a disaster. He came in midway through the season and got on top 4. Got in top 4 with no signings, right? With no signings. He signed. The only 2 signings he had was in the winter transfer window. He had Kulusevski and Bentancur on a loan to buy deal, which ended up becoming permanent in the summer. He had 2 additions. That's it to that team. People say, "Oh yeah, he spent money." Yeah, spend money in one transfer window. If you count the window transfer window, that's 2, but one transfer window. He had 1 transfer window, and he's in Tottenham somehow, somewhere still in top 4. Yet you sacked him because he told you guys the truth. I mean, what is going to change with Tottenham? I don't for the life of me understand why Tottenham wanted Conte. Either you give him everything he wants or bust. 1,000%. You don't give him everything he wants. You then surprised that he actually comes out and kind of goes off on everyone. And it wasn't enough. Richarlison wasn't bro. They signed Richarlison. They signed Jeff Spence. That was not Antonio Conte signing. I don't know if Yves Bissouma was an Antonio Conte signing because he never plays him. So Dan Juma, they signed him this in the winter. Doesn't play him. Why would you sign players that Antonio Conte won't play? Yeah, people said, "Oh, he has spent money," but guys, tell me a manager that signs players that doesn't play their signings. Does that even exist? Like, I don't get it. Basuma was 100%. Look, Ayrton Hag signed Ericsson, Martinez, Malasia, um, and Anthony. All of them played. All of them played. And Casemiro, all of them played. They just bought all he wants players. Or they just thought all he wants. Yeah. I mean, and plus they had Fabio Prodigy. They have a guy that's there that understands his philosophy, that understands how he plays. So you have a man that can get the players that he wants. The two players that Fabio Prodigy wanted, that Tony Conte wanted, that Fabio Prodigy got him, was Kulusevski, Bentancur, and those are the two best players for one of the two of the best players that Tottenham have. Oh yeah, Perisic. Yeah, Perisic as well. Yeah, Perisic. Yep, he was. And so for me, you sign up for 18-month contract, you sign up for a short term, and you get upset that he doesn't want to do a long-term project. You get upset that he wants to win now after you sign him for an 18-month contract. Like I don't. He was here for temporary to get you guys something, and that's it, and to move on and have someone else do a long-term project. He wasn't here for that. But I don't understand. I really don't understand. And let's be honest. Was it his fault that one of his star men is having an absolutely horrendous season? This is his fault. It is his fault for a guy that pretty much had one of his best seasons in his entire career, and Young Min Son absolutely became crap. Was horrendous. Last time it's just 100%, bro. I 100%. I was that, and I mean, people don't understand this. Like, Young Min Son was one of the best players in the league last season, and you can say the opposite this season. And this is what Young Min Son said. He said, "I should have played better. I feel responsible for his departure because I haven't helped the club at all this much." You know what's interesting, right? When Jose Mourinho got sacked, we were told that he fell out with some of the players, a lot of the players in the dressing room. Who are these players? Because for sure, there was two players that wanted Mourinho, that liked Mourinho as a manager and wanted Mourinho to stay. That was Harry Kane, Young Min Son. But yet, the opinions of Dele Alli, the opinions of Ndombele, the opinions of Lamela, the opinions of Dyer, the opinions of Hugo Lloris. I don't buy this boy's got Goody Two-Shoe. Yeah, because it's weird. Because like what I've heard was Young Min Son and Harry Kane didn't want Jose Mourinho to get sacked. So that means your two best players wanted to keep Mourinho, yet you sacked them because a lot of players that were not good enough wanted Mourinho to get Mourinho out. It's weird. That's crazy to me, right? Now, I'm hearing that Harry Kane fell out with the Tony Conte. That maybe Son fell out with the Tony Conte as well. So I'm like, I don't get it. This club makes no sense to me, guys. This club makes no sense to me, guys. I never understood it. I'm fasting, so I'm not trying to disrespect no one. So I'm gonna keep it at that. Because I can literally go on and say, this about Tottenham, that about Tottenham. It really doesn't make any sense to me, because it doesn't make sense to me why Young Min Son was come out with this, and he's considered one of their key players. And if Young Min Son didn't want Conte to get sacked, and I don't believe Harry Kane did, but reports saying that he did, I don't know. I don't know what to believe. Who got I don't understand why you sack managers for players that are not good enough. Like Davison Sanchez, Eric Dyer, Hugo Lloris. These men should not have the power to sack managers. They're just simply not good enough. They're simply not good enough. Yeah, it's simply not good enough. But anyways, guys, I think that'd be it for me today. Like always, guys, like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to my boy Keeman, bro. Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, bro. I'm probably going to go live on Friday. Just with probably Half Hope. So catch me on Half Hope's channel. Just to preview the game for the Liverpool game, Liverpool Manchester City game, and just to preview the games going forward. For the Premier League. I'm probably gonna do a video, probably a reaction video to those games on this channel. So check out for that, guys. Guys, get me to 120 subscribers. Guys, share the channel. Comment down below. Like, yeah, 120. We're 2 subscribers away. Just 2 subscribers away, guys. Love you guys. And yeah. Also, guys. As slowly as this channel is growing, I'm gonna start giving people the opportunity to be what is it called, mods in the chat. So yeah, so mods is first come first serve. So Keyman, if you want to be a mod, let me know in this channel. Let me know, bro. I know I have like a couple of mods so far, so let me know if you're interested in being a mod, bro. Anyways, guys, peace. Shout out to everyone, guys. Love guys. Peace. Peace.